Ultralight aviation is the flying of lightweight, one- or two-seat fixed-wing aircraft. Some countries differentiate between weight shift control and conventional three-axis control aircraft with ailerons, elevator and rudder, calling the former microlight and the latter ultralight. During the late 1970s and early 1980s, mostly stimulated by the hang gliding movement, many people sought affordable powered flight. As a result, many aviation authorities set up definitions of lightweight, slow-flying aeroplanes that could be subject to minimum regulations. The resulting aeroplanes are commonly called ultralight aircraft, or microlights, although the weight and speed limits differ from country to country. In Europe, the sporting definition limits the maximum takeoff weight to 450 kilograms if a ballistic parachute is installed, and a maximum stalling speed of 65 kilometers per hour. The definition means that the aircraft has a slow landing speed and short landing roll in the event of an engine failure. In most affluent countries, microlights or ultralight aircraft now account for a significant percentage of the global civilian-owned aircraft. For instance, in Canada in October 2010, the ultralight aircraft fleet made up to 19% of the total civilian aircraft registered. In other countries that do not register ultralight aircraft, like the United States, it is unknown what proportion of the total fleet they make up. In countries where there is no specific extra regulation, ultralights are considered regular aircraft and subject to certification requirements for both aircraft and pilot. Definitions. In Australia, ultralight aircraft and the pilots can either be registered with the Hang Gliding Federation of Australia or Recreational Aviation Australia. In all cases, except for privately built single-seat ultralight aeroplanes, microlight aircraft or trikes are regulated by the Civil Aviation Regulations. The current UK regulations match the European ones, although earlier UK legal microlight definitions described an aeroplane with a maximum weight authorized of 390 kilograms, with a wing loading at the maximum weight authorized not exceeding 25 kilograms per square meter. Other than the very earliest aircraft, all two-seat UK microlights have been required to meet airworthiness standard BCAR Section S. In 2007, SSDR, a subcategory of single-seat aircraft, was introduced, allowing owners more freedom from modification and experiments. In 2015, the SSDR rules changed. The definition of a single-seat microlight was adjusted to effectively deregulate all single-seat microlights for airworthiness purposes. There is no airworthiness requirement or annual inspection regime for SSDR microlights, although pilots who fly them must have a normal microlight license, and must observe the rules of the air. In the UK, the microlight license is currently called NPPL. It can be upgraded to an LAPL license with few hours training in Cat A aircraft. Ultralights in New Zealand are subject to NZCAA General Aviation Regulations with microlight-specific variations as described in Part 103 and AC 103. The United States FAA's definition of an ultralight is significantly different from that in most other countries and can lead to some confusion when discussing the topic. The governing regulation in the United States is FAR 103 ultralight vehicles. In 2004, the FAA introduced the light sport aircraft category, which resembles some other countries' microlight categories. Ultralight aviation is represented by the United States Ultralight Association, which acts as the U.S. Aero Club representative to the Fédération Aéronautique Internationale. Types of aircraft. There are several categories of aircraft which qualify as ultralights in some countries. Fixed-wing aircraft, traditional airplane-style designs. Weight-shift control trike use a hang glider-style wing, below which is suspended a three-wheeled carriage which carries the engine and aviators. These aircraft are controlled by pushing against a horizontal control bar in roughly the same way as a hang glider pilot flies. Powered parachute, fuselage-mounted engines with parafoil wings, which are wheeled aircraft. Powered paraglider, backpack engines with parafoil wings, which are foot-launched. Powered hang glider, motorized foot-launched hang glider harness. Autogyro, rotary wing with fuselage-mounted engine. A gyrocopter is different from a helicopter in that the rotating wing is not powered. The engine provides forward thrust and the airflow through the rotary blades causes them to rotate or spin up to create lift. Helicopter. There are a number of single-seat and two-place helicopters which fall under the microlight categories in countries such as New Zealand. However, few helicopter designs fall within the more restrictive ultralight category defined in the United States of America. Hot air balloon. There are numerous ultralight hot air balloons in the US, and several more have been built and flown in France and Australia in recent years. Some ultralight hot air balloons are hopper balloons, while others are regular hot air balloons that carry passengers in a basket. Electric-powered ultralights. Research has been conducted in recent years to replace gasoline engines in ultralights with electric motors powered by batteries to produce electric aircraft. This has now resulted in practical production electric power systems for some ultralight applications. These developments have been motivated by cost as well as environmental concerns. In many ways, ultralights are a good application for electric power, as some models are capable of flying with low power, which allows longer duration flights on battery power. In 2007, the Electric Aircraft Corporation began offering engine kits to convert ultralight weight-shift trikes to electric power. The 18-horsepower motor weighs 26 pounds and an efficiency of 90% is claimed by designer Randall Fishman. The battery consists of a lithium polymer battery pack of 5.6 kWh, which provides 1.5 hours of flying in the trike application. The power system for a trike costs USD $8,285 to $11,285. The company claimed a flight recharge cost of 60 cents in 2007. A significant obstacle to the adoption of electric propulsion for ultralights in the U.S. is the weight of the battery, which is considered part of the empty weight of the aircraft despite efforts to have it considered as fuel. As battery energy density improves, this will be less of a problem. By mid-2015, progress is being made to construct an electric air vehicle that complies with Part 103 requirements. Notable microlight, ultralight manufacturers